morning, everyone. It is about 11:30. This is day 4 of keto and intermittent fasting. I feel pretty good today. I kind of bent my keto diet a little bit last night when I went to Sino in Santana Row. I didn't really stick to it completely, but I did get some salad in me and some steak, which is good. And I had a giant meal yesterday morning, so that was kind of the majority of my calories for the day. My weight is still steadily going down. Can't really say for sure if it's water weight or what is this? One of those Bugattis back there. I can't really say for sure if it's water weight or fat. Usually when you're going into ketosis, it takes time, and most of the weight that you're gonna lose in the first, I'd say about week, maybe 10 days, will be a lot of water weight. Cause I mean, going into keto, your body is gonna have to change to the fat-based foods that you're eating, and for the most part, the carbs and the sugar are gonna be depleted from your body, and with that, those carbs and sugar hold a lot of water, so that is kind of, you can pinpoint a lot of your weight that's coming off of you from carbs and sugar. But last time I did keto, same thing happened. I lost probably 5 pounds within the first, week or so, which is kind of how my situation is now. I started at 179, and I think this morning I was like 174.8. So that's what, 4 pounds, and this is day 4. So pretty much losing like a pound a day. And I've been like eating a lot of food, like a lot. So a lot of that, you got to be careful, because obviously it's a lot of water weight, but you can be depleting like electrolytes from your body. So if you feel like you're like nauseous, or you're getting the keto flu, they say, you want to drink like some chicken broth. That helps a lot. Any sort of sodium supplement will help a lot. Salt, you want to make sure you get in a sufficient amount of salt on the keto diet, because your body's going to need it. If someone tells you that salt is bad on the keto diet, they're wrong. I hate to be as blunt as that, but yeah, that's not true. They have false information. A lot of the information that I'm getting on the keto diet is not just me, like being some professional in this industry, because I don't claim to be. I'm doing the keto diet, and I'm kind of bending it a little bit based off of how I feel when I eat certain foods. But anyways, most of the intel that I get from all this keto information, couple good YouTube channels to check out. First one is Dr. Eric Berg. He's all about keto and intermittent fasting, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm eating 2 meals a day within probably like a 5 or 6 hour window, and then also doing keto, obviously. And then Dr. Darren Schmidt, he's super awesome. Both of those guys, Eric Berg and Darren Schmidt, they're super knowledgeable about this stuff, and they're actually doctors. Like, they are medical doctors in the industry that preach keto. Darren Schmidt doesn't do intermittent fasting. I think he probably has a couple videos about it, but Eric Berg is definitely the one guy that I get probably like 90% of my information from. The third guy, I had to look it up, so I cut the video. The third guy is Dr. Jason Fung. Super cool guy, super calm. He is a professional doctor as well, and he works on people that have diabetes, and basically fixes them with the keto diet. And yes, I said that. You can fix diabetes, or big or, you can make it like tenfold, way less symptoms, all that kind of thing, and not have to be dealing with, taking insulin as much or any sort of supplements that you take if you're a diabetic. But anyways, I don't know too much about diabetics and how that all works. I just know that according to Jason Fung, you can cure yourself of diabetes. But I'm not going to go down that route because I don't want to give anyone false information. I always recommend to do your own research on this stuff and listen to your body. That's the most important thing. If you're doing keto, or even any sort of diet, be aware of how you feel after each meal, because that's the most important thing. Maybe keto isn't right for you, which is fine, but this whole process for me is my keto journey, and I'm doing this because it makes me feel good. And when I get used to it, at least, it's just, at the end of the day, it's a cleaner energy source than using glucose, because sugar turns into glucose when it's processed through your body, and so does carbs. That's just how your body does it. It's not, that's the science part of it. A lot of people are afraid of doing keto long term. I don't really understand that completely. There's not really any bad side effects. I mean, here, tell you what, I will send a link of a YouTube video that Dr. Berg did on long-term effects of the keto diet. If you think about it, if you're doing like a high-carb diet, or if you have sugar in your diet, glucose is not a good form of energy for your body to run off of. And your brain does need glucose, but ketones, which is what happens when you get into ketosis, your body produces ketones, and they're just a way more sufficient energy for your body to fuel yourself and go along the day. You're going to be satiated longer throughout the day. You're not going to have that crash from carbs or sugar, which is, I could almost guarantee, there's not many people out there that could probably, there's not many people out there that wouldn't crash from carbs or sugar. It's just kind of natural. Our bodies aren't really used to it, and the way that it deals with it is people get diabetes and stuff. That's what happens when you eat too much carbs and sugar throughout a long period of your life. You'll eventually get diabetes and have serious health problems. The big thing is if you're gonna do keto long term, you just need to make sure to get in a lot of salad, like good healthy greens in your system, because that's what's gonna clear out your liver. Everyone's always scared of like, oh, I'm gonna get a fatty liver from doing keto or whatever. Nah, you would have to really do like only high fat stuff for like a really long time if you were gonna mess yourself up doing keto. But everyone that I've all those three guys that I recommended all recommend doing or getting in a good amount of healthy greens on a regular basis. I usually will try to eat like a salad a day. That'll be at least a part of one of my meals per day will be a big healthy, green organic salad. That is always your best bet. But I will have another update on my first meal of the day, which is probably going to be around 1 or 2 o'clock. Okay, see ya. So, kind of a funny story. I did legs, let's see, today's Thursday. I did legs, I think on Tuesday, I want to say. And I did the machine, you know the machine that you sit in and your legs are kind of spread out wide and you pull them together or like towards each other. I don't know what it's called. It's called like a hip adductor machine or whatever. And I usually don't do that machine. And I have like a newfound respect for that machine because that thing kicked the shit out of me basically. The inside of my thighs, I swear to God, that's like the most sore I've ever had any muscle ever working out. Like this morning I woke up, like I can't even like squat down. It feels like it feels like the muscles are gonna pull off of my bone. Oh, it's just so funny. I definitely have a newfound respect for all the ladies doing that machine. Respect. And I will probably be doing it from here on out just because it's good to do stuff that's new, try new stuff out and work different muscle parts. But yeah, I am feeling the burn today. That is for sure. And I can barely walk. But it's good though. All good here. No complaints. It's not a complaint. It's just an observation. A painful observation, to say the least. But yeah, let me know. I'll have to figure out via the comments if you guys want to like see my workouts or anything. I usually try to work out every other day. It's good to give your body rest. You don't want to overwork your body because sometimes it can actually have an opposite effect. I forget what it's called, but if you work your muscles too much, they can actually turn into like jello. There's a specific name that it's called. I can't think of it right now. I'm not bashing on CrossFitters, but a lot of CrossFitters do get that problem where their muscles turn to jello because they're not giving their body a sufficient amount of rest. So yeah, definitely give your body as much rest as possible in between workouts. And even when you're at the gym, let's say you're doing a set of, doesn't matter what workout it is, let's say you do the set for like 15 to 20 seconds. I would recommend, and Dr. Berg recommends this as well. I know I'm referring to him a lot, but he's a G. He recommends getting 3 times the amount of rest per set that you're doing. So if let's say you're doing a lat pull down and it takes you 20 seconds to do one set, you're gonna want to rest for a minute because 20 seconds times 3 is a minute. So you rest for a minute and then do the next set. So even rest between sets is important, and rest when in between workouts is important. So I work out every other day because it works for me, and here and there, I'd say majority of the time I'll do conditioning in between, whether it's riding my bike or jogging or doing something like that. But working out is obviously super important. If you're just getting into it, I would recommend high intensity interval training. And you really only have to do that for like maybe 3 or 4 days a week. And that would be very sufficient. As long as you're eating a good diet, that's really all that you need. It's just a good body fat workout. That's exactly what it's for. But anyways, I got my first meal coming up here shortly, and I will see you guys then. Okay. So first meal of the day, it's gonna be 5 eggs. That was just what I had left of the eggs that I had in the carton, so I figured I'd just kill all of them. Let's see, what's that? 8 sausage links, avocado, and then some pepper jack cheese. There's some salt and pepper on that. And then
handful of nuts, I think. We got pecans and Brazil nuts. And then I'm gonna take this with me. This is coconut milk. Super good for you. Make sure you get organic and not any sugar added. It's got 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of sugar, and 12 grams of fat, which is super good. And then also, I'm having a thing of water, but I put some fresh squeezed lemon in it, and then I also put a scoop of chlorella powder and wheatgrass powder. And I'm gonna have a coffee. I'm gonna have a coffee with the coconut milk. I don't think my body reacts to dairy very well, or at least heavy whipping cream, because I had that situation yesterday where I felt like crap after drinking coffee. Anyways, that's meal 1.